this weekend, the games were insane.
Absolutely like bonkers.
So the Chiefs played the Ravens. Ravens were the favorite. Our friend Mikey, who was watching the game with, he's like, Patrick Mahomes is like Michael Jordan. You know, he's like, if you actually play the game, like he might win. Lo and behold, he does what he normally does, and they won.
Lamar, everyone's talking about how great Lamar is and he's going to kill Patrick Mahomes. He played like shit.
You
what was that interception? Threw it into the end zone with 5 fucking Chiefs all around, and maybe this one guy will grab it.
Exactly.
But I will say, at first I was like, oh, what a ball drop, literally, but like fumbling in the end zone. But that guy perfectly smacked that out of his hand.
Cash.
Ladies and gentlemen, group chat.
Cash.
It's $1 trillion. Hot.
The boys are back.
The anticipation of the recap has been pretty big.
Have people been hitting you up?
Yes, a lot of people have been hitting me up.
I mean,
we met a lot of Kathys along the way too.
Anand's been, I mean, we were both concerned. Anand's been pretty upset.
With the updates?
Because
lack of updates. Yeah.
He was really underwhelmed with Hav's updates.
Yeah.
I think Hav was overwhelmed.
Right.
With life.
It was very busy. And then with the time difference, you would hit us up late. And,
No, Europe's an easy time difference. Like, if you're in Asia, I get it.
Is that your first time to Europe?
It's like a 16-hour time difference. Europe is actually perfect to be able to talk to America.
But I was like late at dinner, and then like I was getting texts.
We had a lot of
pizza, pasta.
Our dinners were crazy.
4 hours long.
All right, let's start. So you left the pod 2 weeks ago on a Sunday. You took a red eye to New York.
New York. We land Monday morning, 6 a.m.
This might be the longest trip in group chat history. It might be.
Monday morning, we land. Freezing cold in New York. Straight to our office in Brooklyn in lovely Gowanus. So first time for Javier.
You've never been to New York?
Never been to New York.
Jesus.
50 goes west here.
Where have you been? Like, have you been a lot of places?
Just like, not really, no.
Okay.
Coachella.
right.
Yeah, like Palm Springs and then like Mexico. Vegas.
Okay, got it.
So we land in New York and we go straight to the office. And it is literally from 9 a.m. to our flight, I think, was at 9:30. Meetings. Did not leave the office.
All day. Back to back. After not sleeping. Yeah. After the red eye.
And he didn't sleep well on the red eye. I slept enough, whatever, a few hours. I was fine. I went over.
Yeah, there's a difference between business class and economy.
Yeah, there's a big
right.
Yeah, huge.
Lay flat and sit up.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah. And then the people too. There are people yapping around. They're going on vacation.
And there's probably kids.
Oh yeah, it was terrible.
Kids are terrible.
Didn't sleep a second.
So finally we wrap up at like 6 p.m. We get an Uber and we head to JFK and it starts snow flurries.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck.
What's a JFK Uber at 6 p.m.? 2 hours?
Hour and a half.
Okay.
It took us an hour and a half. So we got there, I think, 2 hours before our flight. And we were flying British Airways. And I could not believe how bad the terminal was for the food. But there was a game on.
Yeah.
So we were able to catch a game. I forgot who was playing.
I think
Ravens.
it was Eagles-Niners.
Maybe.
Was it?
Maybe. I don't remember.
I don't remember either. But it was like the only place like.
But there was like this shitty
Or
sports
Eagles
bar.
Bucks. Sorry. It might be Eagles-Bucks. It was Eagles-Bucks.
Okay.
That was the Monday night game.
Yeah.
Eagles-Bucks.
Yeah. So we're sitting there watching the game. I mean, literally the worst restaurant
of all time.
Couldn't order a drink, couldn't order food. Finally, keep looking at the weather, snow flurries. And my friend was like, oh, JFK's weird about snow. Like it always gets delayed. I'm like, fuck, we cannot get delayed because we had a meeting right when we landed. So finally, we get on the plane. We are delayed. I think we're about an hour delayed sitting on the runway.
It was brutal.
But we take off and we land relatively on time in London. And I mean, just bolt out of the airport. No line in immigration. Bag comes in 10 seconds. In an Uber. Putting the suitcase in the Uber. Grabbed the wrong suitcase. I did.
From baggage claim.
Baggage claim, wrong suitcase. It was exact. So I have this like brown Toomey suitcase.
Right.
And normally I never check in, but because it was cold, we just packed. I wanted enough jackets and whatever, and it was a long trip.
Yeah.
So I check in this bag, and I literally was like, "Oh my god, what is this pink thing sitting a lock?" And I'm like, "This is not my bag."
Is this before you left? Like
we
you
were
put it
at
in the
the
car?
airport.
But I mean, you put it in the car.
Uber,
Okay, got it.
And then I go to the Uber. I'm like, "Cancel this right now. I gotta go."
Thank God you saw it.
Yeah. So we run back. We're out at the exit area of British Airways. I see a like a awning. So we go talk to the lady, and I was like, I grabbed the wrong bag. It looks similar to mine. What do I do? And she's like, okay, it's going to take a while, but we're going to fill this out, do this. So I'm filling it out. In that time, I get an email from a guy named Paul Ashcroft.
Okay.
Paul Ashcroft goes, I have your bag. I think you took mine. I was like, what? And so I
Do you have like your contact on your bag?
I think so. I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe Google name, figured it out. Who knows?
Wow.
I didn't want to question it. So I responded right away. I have your bag. Oh no. What happened was in that time, the lady was like, we have to put this bag back in the system. Otherwise, he's never going to get his bag.
Yeah.
So she takes us upstairs.
So Paul saved you.
Yeah.
So instantly we had to put it back in baggage claim so that it goes back.
If you had did that, well, it sounds like you didn't do that.
No, I did.
Yeah. Paul didn't email till later.
So maybe Paul was 10 minutes later.
Yeah.
So she was like, let's quickly put the bag back in. So we put the bag back in, and then she's like, let's fill out your paperwork. But the best chance for him to get his bag back was to put the bag back into the system. So we put it back in. Then Paul emails, and then I showed the lady, I'm like, he fucking emailed me, like, let's get him his bag. I actually felt more bad about taking this poor guy's
it's your
bag.
fault.
Yeah, it's my fault.
Yeah.
I felt really bad about that. So I'm emailing back and forth. I'm like, where are you? He's like, I'm at Carousel 9. I was like, cool, I'm going to tell them. I was like, the guy there was like, where are they? I'm like, Carousel 9. They're waiting to have my bag. He's like, okay, I'm going to go get. So we fill it out. And it's even at that point, I figured it was going to take a while. 15 minutes.
Wow.
Easy.
15 minutes, the guy comes back and goes, here's your bag.
Did you meet Paul?
No. What's funny is the baggage claim guy goes, I'm like, did Paul get his bag? He goes, yeah, he got his bag. He wants to see you in the parking lot.
That's funny.
It was really funny. So then we get in the Uber, and we get to London right away.
That's a rough start.
It is a rough start.
Yeah, but it was like a hot start. Like,
Yeah.
the adrenaline
And
was
what were you
pumping.
doing, Hav, the whole time?
I was just like, because I was more, because we had a whole plan about like go to the hotel, shower, maybe eat, and then head to this first meeting.
Yeah.
So that got destroyed after this whole bag fiasco. So I was like, more like seeing if like we can make the meeting, but like we figured it out.
So we literally get to the hotel, quickly shower, and leave. Didn't eat. So we go to the first meeting, and it goes well. And then we go to another meeting. And then in that time, in the last 24 hours, because of the pod, people in London started hitting me up and saying, oh, you're in town. Like, what are you doing?
We gave a play-by-play.
Yeah. So then, I just tell everyone like, hey, we're staying at the Conrad St. James.
Yeah.
Then they have like a cool bar there, like come through. So I don't know. The whole day we're in meetings. We don't eat. We literally have not eaten all fucking day because we're running around all over London. We finally get back to the hotel and we get to the bar. Of course, order a cocktail.
Yeah.
And then
Priorities.
And then people started showing up. So we ended up having like 10, 12 people.
Yeah, it was a good.
Like Kathy's.
That's amazing.
So we're big in London.
Big in London. And so we ended up having like great time, drinks, and like it's pretty awesome because it's like the variety of people that are Kathy's are amazing. Like, who a lot of loyal listeners, orthopedic surgeon, VCs, Danny, who's in TV, like a very interesting, eclectic group of people talking.
Yeah.
And what's funny is I could sense because Javier was like talking to a lot of the guys and whatever. in England specifically, like depending on what town you're from, you basically don't speak English.
They're different tongue for sure.
Right?
Yeah,
Like,
no, I know what you're talking about.
Everything's in it. Like, you don't know what the fuck they're saying. Like, they're basically like, it might as well be a villager. And so at the end of the night, we had a great time hanging out with these people, had some food, and then we were going to take a train to Paris early in the morning. So we wrapped it up relatively, or like by midnight or whatever. And then when we're heading up to the room, and he's like, man, I don't understand a word any of these people are saying.
Especially if they're like Scottish.
Dude,
there's no chance you can understand a Scottish person.
They sound like they had like peanut butter in their mouths or something. They're just like, in the darling, and bro. I'm like, is this like a music video? Like, I don't know what was happening. And then like the other guy was like spelt like a beautiful like English man, like talking like nicely. And I'm like, oh. It was random.
And you just played it off.
Yeah, a lot of head nods, a lot of like, yeah, me too.
The boys are into it.
Yeah. I was like, you want a drink? Like,
oh my God.
It was also very cold.
What are they drinking? Pilsners? What are they drinking?
Dude, they love gin and tonics for some reason.
Yeah, a lot of gin and tonics.
A lot of
beers.
A lot of pints.
A lot of pints.
A lot of pints and a lot of gin and tonics.
Some soccer on.
Yeah, football actually.
Football.
Look at this guy.
No, we talk about the real football.
Yeah. So then the next morning, we wake up early. We had to take a train to Paris, and pretty easy train ride. The line to actually get to the train was
it's like a real customs.
Yeah, it was fast.
I've done it once,
but it took a while, and then a train got a little delayed. Get on the train, get to Paris, rain, freezing cold, unbearable. It was like so cold. So we get to the hotel, and then the day starts, meetings and whatever. And so the first day we had a meeting, and it took a while to get there. And then afterwards we were like, finally, like, we got to eat. So I think we ate some food.
Yeah.
And then we met with someone that we work with in Manchester, London area. And this guy's jokes. Yes. I don't know if he listens to the pod. It's like the funniest. Hey, you guys want to grab a couple beers? Okay, it's like 5 p.m. Grab a couple beers. Turns into shots, turns into wine, turns into
like old fashioned. I don't know, some weird drinks all day. He's one of the boys for sure.
One of the boys. He's one of the boys. You need to take him to the waterfront.
Yeah, because he knows Venice because he used to live out here. So he's like, "Where do you live?" I'm like, "Oh, by there." He's like, "No way, the Whaler." And I'm like, "There's no way." He knows all the spots.
And then at night we had dinner with Jad and Anish.
Yeah, so we have we actually talked about this on the last pod. Not sure. I think Hav listened, but I don't know if you listened.
I didn't listen to that episode. No.
So I thought you made a big error.
Yeah.
Because you have Anish, who is the CEO of LVMH North America, and Jad, who's reps Pharrell from William Morris. And why are you guys making the res? Yeah. They have the juice.
Yeah.
Why is he like, I'm Hav, I'm one of the boys.
One of the boys are coming to Paris. Waterfront.
I got the table. I was expecting like, oh no, I got the table.
And I was like, why? I wasn't surprised you had the worst table in the house. Because
we did not. So the dinner reservation is at Hotel Coast. So if you've ever been to Paris, Hotel Coast is like.
Why didn't you ask them?
Their chateau. They didn't offer.
Okay.
Did you set it up and you're like, hey, we're going to do dinner. You guys come?
Yeah. I was like, what's everyone doing Wednesday night? Everyone was free. So everyone's like, yeah, Hotel Coast sounds great. Got it. So no one offered.
No one was like, hey, I got the juice. Let me get the table.
Yeah. So whatever. We ended up getting the reservation and they just so if you've ever eaten there, the main courtyard is where you have to sit.
Yeah.
They were like adamant that was only for hotel guests. Because it's Fashion Week. They said, if you're not a hotel guest, which made sense. I get it. It's not a huge restaurant. So we get seated, start drinking, couple beers.
Couple pints. It seems like the theme of the trip.
Oh, yeah. A couple beers. It goes haywire. Yes. And so whatever. They come. We actually ended up having a really great time at dinner. And And then he starts getting very crowded with like all the Fashion Week people.
And Bish pulled up.
Zach Bish, pulled up.
Right next to our table. So it's a hot section, I would say. He was
That was Hobbs' like defense. I didn't want to be on the pod.
it was in a
He
bad
was like,
section.
Bia was next to us. So
Right.
how
Right.
bad of a table did we have?
And was Bia with like a bunch of girls, a bunch of cool kids?
Yeah, a lot of cool kids.
Very cool
people.
kids.
Very
Girls.
cool people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Gender fluid.
I met him
Right.
and Dee introduced me. So like now he could potentially DJ my parties now. Yeah.
So it's like how he rolls into Delilah.
Yes,
Like,
it was nothing different.
Right.
And then he was like, yeah, pull up tonight. I'm like, what time are you on? He's like, 3. I was like, okay, that's not happening.
Goes on at 3.
3 in the morning.
Wow.
And the next day.
No, hold on. I actually want to talk about Hav. Hav actually bitched out. So I was texting with Hav because I knew Zach Bia was DJing at Layark, which is like the hot spot.
Yeah.
And I was like, Hav, what's going on? He's like, oh yeah, D got me in. I'm going. And I was like, all right, go.
Yeah.
Like, do your thing.
Yeah.
And within like 30 minutes, he's like, it's too much. I got to leave.
Okay, hold on. First of all, different night, but yes, that kind of did happen. Not exactly like that.
Yeah.
But like Dee said, he does go on at like 3, 4. And we woke up at like 9 for meetings back to back. No naps.
Yeah.
What time did you leave like dinners? Midnight?
12, 1. Yeah.
But this was your shot.
Yeah.
Like, you have Zach Bia,
Yeah, you could've been
Layark, the
dating,
hottest
like,
club
yeah.
in Paris.
Yeah, I mean, I saw it. It was amazing. But I just like, I just couldn't. I was just like,
How old are you have?
27.
Yeah.
What's funny is after the first night, no, the Layark night was Thursday night, right?
Thursday or Friday.
Friday morning, we had a very big meeting.
No.
Javier slept through it.
No. No, let's check the receipts.
My daughter goes to Zootopia.
No. I slept through, but the night before, we didn't do anything. It wasn't Layark night because I knew if I were to like send a night, I need to be waking up.
Layark night was Thursday, right?
I don't think so. I think it was Friday because he went Wednesday.
Oh, yeah.
He went
So
Wednesday.
you slept through not on a send.
Yeah, which is way worse. I probably should have said.
Oh yeah, Thursday night was our guy from London, couple beers.
That's what got you.
Yeah, that's what got me.
Our guy from London showed up.
But how do you sleep through? So I'm really curious because, like, I've traveled a ton, just like all you guys have. You set alarms. You call the front desk and say, "I need a call."
Yeah, so didn't do the front desk thing. So I don't know if I didn't set the alarm or like maybe I turned it off. Honestly, I woke up and I was like, oh, like I had a great night of sleep. And then missed calls. I'm like, oh, fuck.
What time did you wake up?
It was like 10,
What time was
Jesus
the meeting?
Christ!
9:30.
You woke up at
9:30 on
10
the other
a.m.?
side of Paris.
And were you
too.
just calling him and you knew like he definitely.
Yeah, I mean, like, I knew when he had it. I responded at like whatever 8:30 in the morning or 8:45, like leaving in 15. And when he didn't respond, I was like, oh, this guy's fell asleep.
Hey, because what time did you sleep the night before?
1, whatever, 2, whatever. Like,
So you woke up at like 8 or 9 or whatever.
Yeah, basically, we were getting on average 5 to 6 hours of sleep
You
a night.
have to call the hotel front desk.
Yeah.
Except that night,
That's
I
like-
got 8 hours sleep.
Yeah. That was the greatest night ever. Those days of meetings where I was on it.
Yeah. So then we had whatever full day meetings, showrooms, whatever, doing all that, and then we end up having dinner at a restaurant with our new British friends.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to Mallet Brand,
Shout out Mallet.
great brand. They invited us to dinner
Where'd you meet them?
in Paris.
I just met them there. Okay, got it.
Through a mutual friend
I love
that
it.
kind of know,
Yeah.
not like close by any stretch.
Yeah.
So they invite us to like their, company dinner. Basically, there's like 10 of us at this Parisian restaurant. And, it's hard to get dinner reservations just in general during that time. So we're like, yeah, we'll go. We go. They're the British boys.
The British boys.
Yeah. Fucking getting hammered, loud, just jokes and everything. And some of them live in Dubai. It was like a fun crowd. The table next to us, two French couples, they go, shh.
Yeah, they did not
They didn't like
us.
the boys.
No. The main boy lost it.
Yeah. He's like, oh, I didn't know it was a fucking library in there. And I'm like, let's fucking go. Like,
So he just
This isn't like a random Paris restaurant.
and then he just takes it to another level of noise. Drinking, partying, drugs. It was the whole thing.
yeah. And we were there for like a while too.
5 hours.
Yeah.
And did the counterparty?
No,
No,
he just
they-
they were
yeah.
just bullied
Just
out of
kept
there.
quiet.
Bullied out of there
They should have been
completely.
dribbled over there.
Good. I like that.
There was also like 10 of us too. Like it was a lot.
And then and so then the next day I think was like whatever, regular day. And then in the afternoon, I went to Mike Amiri's show and I only had a ticket for myself. So I told him, go be Emily in Paris and gonna go see the Louvre, go do whatever you have to do.
Yeah.
So he went around.
Did you go to the Louvre?
I went to the Louvre. I didn't go inside,
He
but
just was outside.
I went outside, met some people, took a picture.
Oh, yeah, he met some Bangladeshis.
Yeah, those guys are sick. They're like, you want a picture? I'm like, of course. And they were telling me about their life, and I was telling them about me. I sent a picture of my mom. My mom was stoked. And I walked down that river thing.
Yeah.
And then it was so
Did
sick.
you put a key in?
No.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, like the lock thing.
Yeah, I've done that.
And so whatever, the Mary show, amazing show, incredible, looked great. We leave and then we go to and at this point, like we just basically like we hadn't eaten a lot, and French food, there's not a lot of vegetarians, so it's like very hard to get food.
Grilled cheese.
Not even. You just if you get pasta, maybe pizza, whatever. And so I was like, I needed like a normal meal for at least one meal, and then I'm good for a couple of days because I knew once we get to Italy, we're good. So we end up at Soho House in Paris.
I didn't know there was one there.
Yeah, it was a fucking zoo.
Yeah.
Just packed.
Yes, packed with weirdos. Like I love fashion, but holy shit,
Yeah.
Fashion.
this place
Yeah.
was
Big fashion.
big fashion.
Yeah.
Just like I never seen people like this. It's just like from the future.
Yep.
So finally, we get a seat at the bar. We just eat food fast. We're out of there.
Yeah.
And that's the night I think you went out.
Yeah, I think so too.
Who'd you go out with?
Just by myself.
Yeah.
How'd you get in?
You know, I'm one of the boys. I can finesse my way in anywhere.
So the boys is an international organization.
so basically I was like, go to this party,
Yeah.
you're American, you'll be fine. And then just give the guy a couple bucks.
Yeah.
I mean, the moral of the story of Europe that I was trying to explain to him,
Yeah.
$20 you get in anywhere.
But even during Fashion Week?
here's the thing that people don't understand.
Apparently, yes.
In Europe, people don't make a lot of money.
Yeah.
Like, I think people think Europe is like this fabulous, insane place. If you don't eat at like the super Americanized restaurants or hotels, food's pretty cheap.
Yeah.
Like, it's not an expensive place. And so he goes, he gets in. And then the next day was like our free day where we were like Saturday, we were just going to see a couple of people. But
Can I
like,
just ask one thing?
Yeah.
What do you do like at a Paris nightclub during Fashion Week by yourself? Like, you just go to the bar? Did you walk around? Did you talk to any girls?
Yeah. So I got a drink, whatever, assessed the situation,
Right.
immediately beelined it to a couple girls.
Yeah.
Got shot down. Everyone told me everyone likes Americans. Let me tell you, no, they don't.
No. The feedback I got from the ghost office, because I was trying to get real time feedback, was that the babes didn't like Hav.
Hey, look, shoot or shoot.
Did you have a story made up of her or anything? Like, who?
Did you
have a
say
beanie
Fashion
on?
Week? Did you say Fashion Week or like I'm here for the boys?
I'm just, there wasn't a lot of
Did you
that.
dress up? Did you put a collar on?
No, that could have been it. I mean, I wasn't looking
You should have put
bad.
a blazer on.
I don't know what I wore that night, actually.
But you just say like, hey, I'm Jav. You didn't get into like what you do.
Yeah,
or-
it was short
Sure.
convos.
I think if you had a blazer on, you'd have been fine.
Yeah.
So way less than Santa Monica.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. There's
we actually went out one night.
I-
I'm sorry. We went the first night we did end up going out. We went to the purple party.
and the after party.
And then we went to the after party, which was
Yeah.
like 3 a.m. That was too late. That was
Yes.
way too late.
That was cool.
Yeah. That was a hot vibe.
What day was
why didn't
that?
you
went
dress
out till
up?
3 a.m?
It's
yeah.
fucking
That was the
Europe,
first time in
dude.
Paris.
Well, for that day,
Europe
that
is a
party's-
very like sophisticated place. Even though they don't have any money,
yeah,
they want to pretend they have money. So you have to play the part.
yeah, and
And-
not play the part.
And
But the
In-
Fashion Week parties are not like that. They're pretty cash. Like everyone's pretty. they're
in
like-
LA, it's like better to look broke
Yeah, over there it's better to look rich.
Exactly.
Got it. This would have been great maybe 10 days ago.
So whatever. That first night we did end up going out.
Yeah.
with the
I forgot about that.
purple guys, and we had a good time. We didn't stay out too late. We went because we were too late at their first party. Then he's like, "Come to the after party." We go to the after party. It's like rappers, basketball players. It's just like crazy. It's like whatever. It's a good party. But we were too tired. We go home. So Saturday was our free day. One of our engineers actually lives right outside of Paris. So I was like, I got to run. I worked out, and I was like, let's go have lunch. So we find an Italian restaurant. We have an incredible lunch. We go on with the day. I think we go to see stores just to see product, and then I realized I don't have my credit card. Lost my credit card.
So I'm completely lost. It didn't like leave it in the room.
Nah, lost it.
It's gone.
So trying to think back.
Corporate card or personal? Is Charlene gonna be mad?
Is there
It was a
60
work
million in that
card. Work
bank
card.
account?
Sorry, work card.
That's fine. Who
And
cares?
so it was just, and the funny thing is they wouldn't accept American Express at most of these restaurants.
yeah,
So they didn't accept American Express, and then whatever
they
we
don't
go.
want that 4%.
Yeah, so Jason speaks French, who works with us, and I was like, "Can you call the restaurant we ate at?" And we walk by it; they're closed for 4.5 hours in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
And so at 6:30, he was like, "I'll call." Calls and says, "Hey, they have your credit card."
Yeah.
So we go back, and the guy's like, "Here you go. Here's your credit card."
Oh my God.
It was amazing.
The interesting thing about this trip, how many meals did I pay for?
Out of 10 days, just one.
Yeah, Hoff told me you didn't pay for anything.
Which is insane. I thought it was like an LA thing, no wallet. I saw D in 3 different countries, no wallet, not pay for a single thing.
You should do an experiment to see how long you can go and how far you can travel.
You're like the guy that
The only
Goes
thing
to-
I paid for was with the Cathy's.
It was a Kathy event.
And by the way, it was like 10 of us drinking and eating and whatever. It was so fucking cheap.
Yeah.
It was 300 pounds for 10 people.
Wow.
you're like the guy that goes to the lounge every day
Yeah.
in China to like basically get free food and drinks.
Yes.
And then go home.
Yeah.
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 It was
It's unbelievable. Like,
It's a
was
skill. It's a
insane.
unique angle that you have on
Yeah.
the world.
And then, so then we leave for Milan. We land in Milan and we work with someone very
Milan's
closely
not
there.
expensive for food.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't pay for
He
anything.
didn't pay.
I didn't pay for my hotel. The hotel was free.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So we get to Milan and so we work with a guy named Matteo there, older guy, and I kept telling him like, where do you live? Where should I stay? He's like, it's all taken care of. And I don't know what that means. I'm
Right.
like, well, where do we go when we land?
Right.
And finally, like 15 minutes before, he's like, go to this hotel. So we go to the hotel and I go to put my credit card down. And the guy's like, oh, it's all been taken care of. I was like, oh, okay.
Both your rooms.
So
Everything.
sick.
Yeah. So we go quickly shower again, come down for lunch. And then he comes and picks us up. We go, we go to kind of drinks and dinner. And I wanted to get something for Haley because like I felt bad. I was gone for 10 days.
Get a Prada bag?
No, I didn't get. I offered her a bag. She was happy with sunglasses, and so go to get a pair of sunglasses. And then Matteo was insisted that Javier saw the Duomo there, and so he went, saw it, and then we had dinner right above it. And then Italy, you start seeing the cultural differences between London, Paris, and Italy, where like London is very, very similar to America. It's like pretty much everyone's on top of everything.
Yeah.
Paris, they just don't give a shit that you exist. Italy, everyone's super nice, but it is in no rush
Mm-hmm.
To do anything.
to do anything.
Well, there's no internet in Italy.
Yeah.
That's like the dirty little secret. The internet doesn't work.
So they're just chilling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got that chilling vibe.
Yeah.
I've
So,
been in Italy
so
a
we
handful of
go to
times. There's
dinner
no
in.
internet.
We go to, and by the way, all these places are freezing cold. It's like,
Right.
it's so cold. Like Paris, the traffic is always bad. And I just was not interested in sitting in a car. So we started biking. but we didn't have gloves.
Yeah.
So our hands were so cold. And we tried to get gloves.
We couldn't find gloves.
So whatever. So Italy was a very different experience. We get to Italy. First night, we stay in Milan. And then the next morning, we had a meeting. And then we went to this guy's town, which is called Santia, which is like an hour and change away.
Mm-hmm.
So he's driving us to Santia in the morning. The fastest car I've ever seen. This guy's like a Formula One driver. He's driving 200 kilometers an hour.
Mhm.
I don't know how fast that is, but it's fast as fuck.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was
Did
like,
you feel
looking-
scared?
I was scared.
Well, because
100%.
he also wasn't
He
staying in
didn't
the
stay in the
way.
middle of the way.
He just was like pizza pasta, like telling a story.
Yeah,
I'm like, can you look at the road?
Yeah.
He's probably 2 wine glasses in.
Yeah, easy.
Oh, yeah, for sure. So finally we get to the, and by the way, we literally stayed in a motel. Javier likes to refer to it as a college dorm.
Yeah, it was
And,
bad.
and finally we get there, and then he didn't tell me till the end of the trip that he threw up after the car ride.
Yeah, I was so nauseous with this
From
guy.
motion sickness?
Dude, I don't know, and I don't. Yeah, but I don't like typically get that. It was like
Yeah.
the first time ever. I think it's because last night of Paris.
Oh my
I
God. We didn't even tell you this story. We're with our British friend having a quick dinner, early dinner. Javier finishes his chicken burger and he goes, "Is this normal?" And he looks at me and I go, "What?" It's a snail
A live snail
slugging across his plate. So
foaming.
yes, foamy snail lugging across. So I didn't know if he had ordered escargot or some shit like that.
He's getting
didn't.
fancy.
What?
Is Tom getting fancy?
No, he did not order. Wait, listen. He did not order this. Then the British guy, I go to the British guy. I was like, "Yeah, is this what's going on?" He was like, "No, this is something's wrong." We tell the waiter, and he goes, "Ne possible, sorry, monsieur, whatever." Like, whatever.
We watched it this morning. And I'm like, oh fuck! I see a snail.
Yes,
The snail's
full
actually
snail.
rolling.
It was moving. I have
Oh
a
my
video.
God, he
I have
has a video. You should post.
Oh my
Send Josh the video to post.
Yeah, it was
Was
like,
that the night before you got car sick?
Yeah, it might have been.
well, because then also after this, we ended up.
Actually, I ended up having dinner later in the evening.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Fuck it, I'm having escargot." So he has
To get
escargot.
back at this man.
Yeah, because I was like, I saw it live. I want to see your dead homies and eat you.
You're dead, homie.
He wanted revenge.
And I thought it was really good, but I was starting to think like maybe that's what like fucked up my stomach. I don't know. Regardless, fast forward, I'm in this car, nauseous,
How
as shit,
wild.
hanging on the thing. We finally get there. I just throw up, and we're good.
And then Italy's a very different experience because we're with this guy and his company and his family. And it is like 17 coffees a day
Minimum.
minimum. Un café, un café, un
Throwing up's
café.
hot, though.
What's it?
Throwing up's hot.
Yeah.
You lose a lot of weight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I felt great.
And you get a little recharge real quick.
It's like the OG Ozempic.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
threw up 2 Fridays ago. I feel great.
Yeah,
I feel skinny. I feel good.
little refresh.
Oh my God. So we start just, the food just piles on.
Yeah.
And then they keep insisting you have to clear your plate. Like you cannot leave any food. So every meal.
Yeah, shove in my face.
Yeah.
I'm looking like over at Robel. We had someone else there. And I'm just like, oh, fuck. We're just like shoving. And he's like, dessert, this. I'm like, please, no. Like,
We literally could not eat.
yeah.
So 3-4 days of just shoving our face with food.
You were in that town for 3 or 4 days?
Yeah.
Oh my
It
God.
was awful.
Oh my God.
And then he was like, we went to go see a warehouse and he was like, it's in Como. I was like, dope. We're going to Lake Como.
Yeah.
We're going to see this warehouse.
Like
Maybe we'll
Clooney.
hit
That's what he
Villareste,
said. He was like George Clooney,
Yeah.
Como. And in the back, I'm like, this is going to be lit.
Yeah, so Villareste, we end up in a fucking warehouse in Como. A warehouse.
Not hot.
And that's it. It's literally
Is it by the lake?
it's like 15 minutes from the
You
lake.
got it.
But we're literally at a warehouse, and I was like, "Oh, so what's the plan? Are we like, hey?" He's like, "No, we got to go home. We're having dinner with everybody." And this is Monday night. Our first night there is Monday night. In Italy, apparently nothing's open on Monday night.
Yeah. It's like there's
So he's like, "Oh, we're all gonna go eat at the truck stop." We literally went to dinner at a truck stop Monday night.
What do you eat there?
It was actually really
You probably had like an egg and cheese burrito.
No. We had like
Pizza
pizza pasta, everything.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
It was a full Italian restaurant.
Oh, nice.
It's an
Swordfish.
Italian truck stop.
Oh my God.
That's good.
And so, anyways, we end up having a great meal there. we made a lot of new friends, Germans and Italians and Russians and just like a wild crew of people. And so a few days there, and then obviously we head back home, and finally I paid for a meal at the airport.
Oh yeah.
That was
All right, so
On the way out.
you guys did like quite a jaunt. No sleep. Hav's here.
yeah.
Let's just do you're a Silicon Valley guy, right?
Yeah.
So you have to do those like 360 reviews.
Yeah, reviews.
What's the open report card?
So what are we grading on? Give me some topics.
Resilience.
Punctuality, resilience, productivity.
Mood. Attitude.
And,
So, okay, let's
were you
start
annoyed with them?
Okay, so
So 5 things.
punctuality, he was 100% except one. So that's a 20% knock. So he's 80%.
That's pretty bad.
No.
Yeah.
Because you were there.
I was there, obviously.
Yeah.
So,
Okay,
so
that's a pretty
that's his
bad
big
knock.
That's his big knock, the punctuality.
The only knock.
Attitude was great. Like everyone loved him. He was maintained.
He wasn't annoying.
No, I mean, usually I get sick of people pretty easily.
No, I'm saying the guests weren't annoyed with him.
I didn't care about that. I was more concerned if I would get annoyed.
Yeah.
Because we're spending a lot of time together.
Yeah, 10 days
It's
is a
fucking
lot.
lot.
Yeah.
And so I was not annoyed with them at all. Productivity, I would say in person productivity was good. Now it's the follow-up because there's so many people we met with. So like we'd have to wait 2 more weeks to judge productivity. But all in all, I would say he scored very high.
That's great.
Yeah.
Good for you, Hav.
Yeah. I think it
I'm
was
proud of you.
yeah.
Thank you. Thank
you
you.
know, I consider you a very good friend, as I've said on this pod.
Mhm.
So I wanted you to succeed.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it was good. It was tough. Definitely the sleep was tough, but
What was the hardest part? Sleep?
yeah. You know, the hardest day, which is weird, is that first day in New York.
Yeah.
That was the worst day.
Yeah.
I don't know. It made my
Because you
body
didn't
was
sleep. You were probably so excited
yeah.
that you wouldn't sleep on the plane.
So that was the worst day. But I mean, the whole thing was a blast, and you know, a lot of work. But
You had a great time.
Yeah, it was. The boys are hot.
If Dee said, "Hey, I just got a call and we got to do the same thing again. We're leaving Wednesday." Are you excited?
Yeah, fired up.
Okay.
Where's our boy? Pints, pizza, pasta, couple beers.
Couple beers.
By the way, the British guy, we end up meeting him again in Milan, and he was like, had to run to the airport. He was like ready to have a couple drinks.
So when I said the 360 reviews, it goes vice versa.
Yeah,
So Hav, how was your experience with D?
it was.
Because that's what you do in 360.
Yeah. D he made all his meetings, so no,
So 100%.
so no knocks there.
Was
but
he
yeah.
annoying?
No, not annoying. We didn't fight at all, which was good. He's just on it. I don't know. Like people always say, like, oh, he doesn't sleep. I'm like, let me see if this motherfucker actually doesn't sleep. He does it at all. And he's like on it in the meetings, like, you know, firing. So yeah, I mean, it's insane.
yeah,
It was good to see that in person for, 10 days and seeing that live in action.
It was
And
live.
Calling the kids. So I'm like, oh, that's a whole nother element. Like
Yeah.
every day, FaceTime,
I
all that
was at the
stuff.
UCLA USC game last night.
My yesterday was bananas. Yeah, it was a good trip. And what's interesting, January is obviously, I think the one comment, I don't know if we're going to talk about, if we're going to do news yet, but visibly different, like energy without Chinese people there.
Wait,
Like,
say
you
that again.
notice it?
Sorry.
Yeah, you notice there's no Chinese people.
They're not anywhere because in Beverly Hills, there's no Chinese people.
Yeah, and you go to the stores in all these cities.
They can't leave.
Why?
Yeah.
Why? What's happening? So I know it's one of our news stories that
So there's
Chinese travelers aren't traveling as much as they
So
did pre-COVID.
There's like a dichotomy, basically. Basically, like if you're super rich
Mhm.
in China,
you left.
you either left earlier or they're not going to allow you to leave.
And how do they not allow you? Like, what's the
They
mechanism?
take your passport.
Like they literally just say
Chop
no.
your hands off.
I mean, it's Xi. I mean, Xi
And
takes care of like former prime ministers,
Right.
and just sends them off in parliament.
But what's the strategy? Why not?
They want to keep the capital in the country.
They don't want them
They
to
don't
go
want
spend
rich
it on-
people to stay in China. So what's going on, which is very common now,
Yeah.
is there's a thing called the Havala trade, which is how you got money out of countries like China, Africa, all these places with diamonds.
Mm-hmm.
And you basically put all your cash in this Havala trader,
Yeah.
and they take a 20% VIG
Yeah.
and get your money to wherever you want to go. They're doing with crypto now, and they're all going to Dubai.
This article
Because
says
China's literally saying, like this is what I'm trying to understand. I've never been to China.
Yeah.
If I'm a wealthy family in China that love to come
Go
to the
to Paris,
US
yeah.
and go to Paris Fashion Week and go to Miami and LA, like, has there been like a message
Yeah,
sent
there's
out?
a guy shows up at your house.
Oh yeah,
you
there's
serious?
obviously, dude. There's social scores. There's
Yeah.
I mean, it's a military state.
And they're like, you're not going anywhere.
You're not leaving.
Keep it our
you know
money
they go
here.
to you? You like Louis Vuitton?
Love it.
Guess what? There's one in fucking Shanghai. Go to that one. You little
Yes,
shit.
sir. Yes, sir.
So if you
Basically, what's crazy
if
was
you go to the Beverly Wilshire Hotel, which is on Rodeo and Wilshire,
Yep.
very iconic hotel. 5 years ago, it was just Chinese and Arabs.
Yeah.
There's no Chinese.
yeah, just Arabs.
I guess it's just like hard for me to, it's like hard for me to, I know that China's like that. It's hard for me to believe that it's that
Yeah,
fucking crazy.
I mean,
I believe it because like you just like specifically on like Honoré, which is a street that people shop on in Paris, that would be filled with Chinese people years ago. There's no Chinese people,
yeah.
literally nothing. And so it was pretty. And in this article, it says $130 billion has been sucked out of global tourism.
yeah.
And so you see, like, to be fair, like, you know, people are talking about recession globally. And I know Paris was during Fashion Week, but we were also in Milan. There was no Fashion Week there. We went to a restaurant and a mall across from the Duomo. I mean, it is the busiest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Is that that courtyard?
The church.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know what you're
But
talking
I'm
about.
saying
Yeah,
the we went to the department store. I forgot what it was called, like a very famous department store. We went to it and they're having a big sale. But I'm talking about it was like Macy's Herald Square on Thanksgiving Day parade.
Yeah.
You could not move. People
Just on a regular
And there were no
weekend.
Chinese people.
Weekend?
no Chinese people.
So
it was like all Americans and
give you
Europeans.
For
Yeah.
context, 2017, Amanda and I did our honeymoon in Venice. It was all Chinese people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The entire Venice, Italy
Yeah.
was Chinese
And
people.
is this a Chinese economy thing?
No, they're just not letting them leave.
But I'm just saying.
Well, I mean, to be fair, their economy is in shambles.
Their economy is in shambles,
But
but
did it change during COVID? And they were just like, you know what? We're going to have a new strategy.
yes.
Right.
Yeah. I definitely think it's that. And I think, so I just watching, even in Paris, I would say the big thing, because I asked people who live in those regions just about the economy in general, and everyone said retail continues to be soft. But everyone, even Matteo, was like, people want experiences. They want to go out to eat.
Don't you think it's actually more fascinating that we have no Chinese consumers in the US? Like that economy hasn't come here.
Or zero.
And
We're on fire.
GDP's 3.5% growth.
Yeah.
Last quarter.
It's America.
Yeah.
We don't need anybody.
Literally don't need anyone.
No.
It's, yeah.
The way we consume
Yeah.
is on another level.
Yeah.
Because even when you go to these Paris, Milan, all these places, yes, there you see Arab people, you see other countries, you see Germans, this and that, but like America is like holding the whole world on its back
Yeah.
and spending.
Yeah.
Because like it's just like you walk around Paris at all these restaurants, forget Fashion Week, just like regular Americans just on vacation or doing whatever, we're filling up all these restaurants.
Yeah.
And these restaurants, like Paris was slammed. Did we get, I mean, I don't know if we ate at any place that was empty.
But the courtyard must have been cold, right? And
Freezing. Everything's
everyone wants to be in the
freezing.
courtyard?
No, you're not eating outside.
Okay.
No one's eating outside.
We took a hot picture outside that church.
Yeah, we have a good picture. But yeah, I mean, like, this recession is a joke.
Yeah, there's no recession.
It's never coming.
Right.
We're booming.
Can I tell a fun LA story? Because we
Yeah.
like to like talk about it. I actually told Dee over the
Yeah.
phone this
Yeah,
afternoon.
yeah.
It's like this only happens in LA.
Yeah.
So I was at a friend's birthday party at his house in Beverly Hills. And it was drinks before, and then we went to Korean barbecue.
Yeah.
So getting to the SUV, it's me and this guy in the back, and then the birthday boy, and there's like 4 SUVs, and everyone's like heading to Koreatown.
Yeah.
So LA traffic takes 45 minutes to get to Koreatown from
Yeah.
Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
And I'm just talking to this guy, and he's really nice. He's like, we're just like chatting, and I'm like, oh, he's like, oh, I'm in the entertainment industry. I was like, oh, cool. I was like, what do you do? He's like, oh, I act, write, and produce. I was like, oh,
We've
great.
heard that story.
Right.
And
Where's this going?
I was like, oh, so like, what'd you do? And he's like, oh, I just put out a movie called Anyone But You. The one with Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah.
That's like on Netflix now.
Yeah. Yep.
And I was like, oh, I saw that movie. I saw it in the theaters. Great movie. And he's like, yeah, that's me. I was like, what do you mean that's you? And he's like, I'm the guy in the movie. And I was like,
Is he like Sydney Sweeney's like love interest or whatever?
And then so we keep talking, and he's telling me he's moving to New York, and like we get really deep. We start talking for like 20, 30 minutes. And I'm like, wait, you're the dick in Top Gun, aren't you? And he's like, yes, that's me. And it's Glenn Powell.
And you love Top Gun. This guy, this fella.
It's Glenn Powell. It's a dark Uber.
That's funny.
So I spent 45 minutes with this guy. That's like only in LA that happens, right?
Yeah.
That's amazing. It's an incredible story.
That's funny.
Be a very nice guy. Love Glenn Powell. Rooting for you. Hopefully you keep killing it. He's hot right now.
Yeah, and there's like this whole
there's
thing
like
about
17 Top Guns coming out.
Yeah.
And I watched it yesterday just because I sat in the Uber with him.
That's so funny. That's great.
Yeah, that's very LA. I love that.
And then we had football today.
Football.
Drama even watch football. He
I'm a
can't even
big football
talk-
guy. Look, I love football.
Big America guy.
Big America guy. I'm a big fan of football.
So
And
here
ask
like
me anything.
a couple interesting takes. Football in Europe is never going to happen. It's too fucking late. Like
Too
the,
what?
the playoff games.
Yeah.
So in Paris on Saturday night, I was insistent on like, I got to see this game. So we find a bar,
Yeah.
which is like 30 minutes from our hotel. What was it called? I forget what it was called.
I
It had a good name.
Yeah.
And our friends who run this brand called Basket Case Gallery come meet us. And it was interesting because it was like a slam bar, and there was like Ravens fans, and like people were like, it was fun. It was like felt like you were in a bar in America.
Was it hard to find one?
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, in Milan, we went searching for one, and they were like, yeah, this is like football. We're watching football, not what you think is football. I think it was called like Footballers or whatever. And so, but it was interesting because the game came on so late, and I was like, NFL maybe on the 10 a.m. games in the West Coast, those games you can watch at like 7 p.m. So it's like reasonable time.
No, yeah, in London, the night game is in the middle of the night. It's
Yeah,
3 a.m.
exactly. It's just I think it's gonna be pretty difficult to ever have NFL grow outside of America just because of the time differences. But I will say this weekend, the games were insane.
Absolutely like bonkers.
Yeah, they
The
were great.
Niners game was absolutely insane.
The other thing I think, like, so the Chiefs played the Ravens. I watched the pregame. Everyone picked the Ravens. Ravens were the favorite. And our friend Mikey, who was watching the game with, he's like, Patrick Mahomes is like Michael Jordan. He's like, I wouldn't bet, he's like, if you actually play the game, like he might win. And lo and behold, he does what he normally does, and they won. And that game,
Lamar, everyone's talking about how great Lamar is and he's going to kill Patrick Mahomes. He played like shit.
You
What was
watched.
that interception? Threw it into the end zone with 5 fucking Chiefs all around, and maybe this one guy will grab it.
Exactly.
What are you doing?
So I'll admittedly say I watched the entire first half, and I was just so wiped because obviously I told you about, like, I haven't slept in a while.
Mhm.
So
That seems to be the hot thing recently.
Yeah, no sleep is hot.
Yeah,
so I fell asleep, and then I woke up, when that dude on the Ravens fumbled into the end zone.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, game's over. I'm going back to sleep.
Yeah. I will say, at first I was like, oh, what a ball drop, literally, but like fumbling in the end zone. But that guy perfectly smacked that out of his hand. And am I correct in thinking that was the guy he got a flag for taunting?
Karma.
Same guy?
Yeah.
Karma.
I think if you think about a better year, let's just do the pop culture take.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
She's the biggest artist in the world.
Yeah.
She's going to make $4 billion in the next, last year and this year.
Yeah.
She finds a new boyfriend in the summer randomly.
Right.
It doesn't seem like
Supposedly.
it was like.
That's what they want you to think.
That's what they want you to think.
Pfizer did it.
Pfizer
It sounds
set it
like
up.
Aaron Andrews and the other sportscaster set them up.
Yeah.
That's like the rumor.
Got it.
And
Or Pfizer.
Yeah. One of the
or
two.
Pfizer,
Both reliable.
vaccines, whatever.
Yeah.
And the boyfriend she chooses goes to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And he balls out.
Yeah.
Like, no hate. Travis Kelce was a monster.
Yeah.
Both games.
Yeah.
You know,
He had 2 touchdowns the last game.
It's
He
called
cut
entertainment. They want to entertain you.
I mean,
They
that's,
want Taylor Swift at the Super Bowl.
I thought so too, but he was,
But I was also-
really freaking good.
and I was
dude.
really looking for some like cheating, some ref nudging. They didn't even have to.
No, they didn't. There was some stuff, but yeah, I agree. There was no reason.
There was no
not to.
funny business.
No.
Yeah.
There was no funny business, and
By the
I
way,
hate to say it, like
Taylor
I was rooting for the Ravens.
Yeah.
Transparency.
Yeah.
And Travis Kelce was awesome.
He crushed it.
I'll even give Taylor Swift in the NFL has been bothering me. She was I didn't
Yeah, it's
like
a little annoying.
It's annoying.
Yeah.
Little, it's very. But today I actually liked her today because
yeah.
her mouth when
She
they
said, like, stop showing me.
and they stopped showing her completely.
When did she say that?
Like first quarter.
No, they pan to her and she goes, "Stop showing me."
Because she's on the screen
she's
when
on the
she's
screen
on TV.
and the camera's seeing her.
That's good.
So she says stop. So they stopped showing her. And then she's on the field at the end of the game. And basically they like make out or whatever, kiss. And she's like, I don't give a fuck. And she's just like probably just drunk and having a good time and just like whatever.
Yeah.
So like, I think it's cool. She's going to the Super Bowl. So it's basically Taylor Swift versus the Niners.
But what we talked about is she going to the Super Bowl?
No, Taylor Swift's 100% going to the Super Bowl.
But
So
she's
she
going to be in
performs-
Japan.
She's in Tokyo on Saturday night.
She's going to be like Jav and Dee in Europe, fucking grabbing the wrong bags. And
So the internet has already broken this down.
okay.
She can make it.
She will arrive by 10 a.m. Vegas time from Tokyo.
No,
When's
I thought it was
kickoff?
5 p.m. I think she arrives.
No.
Her
The
f-
game's 3:30.
I don't know.
I sent this to you guys.
I don't know if that was right. Here's what I think they should do. I think the NFL should tell all those Japanese people, you ain't seeing Taylor Swift.
It's one night.
Here's Shohei Ohtani. He'll come and sing and dance for
Go
you
hit
for
some
fucking
balls.
30 minutes.
Yeah.
Here's $100 back for everyone to sing.
Yeah.
She should fucking cancel that show. I'm sorry.
But
Who
if she
gives
can,
a
but if
fuck?
Anand's right and she can make it in time,
It's still like another country in a plane. What if she has a 737 Max?
I know.
Like,
Have you seen her? Have you seen her plane?
I know, could
It's
be
massive.
a Boeing 737 Max.
they should send her whatever she wants. She should have an A380 from the NFL.
I think if they,
She should look like a Saudi prince coming from Japan.
and by the way, they should land the fucking plane like in the stadium.
Yeah.
Like helicopter in the stadium.
Parachute her out.
Yeah, like this is too important.
Yeah. You should be singing the national anthem.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift.
No,
gets,
she can land 25 hours before the Super Bowl.
Oh, okay. That's
she's fine. She's fine.
I
So
mean,
she's
they're
there.
going to give her a 747 Boeing business jet, whatever.
Right.
She has to be there because like
No, she has to be
they're
there.
100% winning. They're like 150%. There's going to be a video of Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift at XS
Yeah.
making out.
We'll be there.
Diplo DJing.
Yeah.
It's
Or maybe
over.
Chainsmokers.
The Niners
Yeah.
have no fucking chance. Niners should just give up.
Yeah.
That end of it, it's going to be fucking Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. Dun, dun,
and so
dun,
she
dun,
performs-
dun, dun, dun.
baby, hold me
All right, so
Chainsmokers are coming out.
So she performs February 16th in Tokyo again. So she does the Saturday night. She's going to fly to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And then she's back in Tokyo. Does Travis make the flight to Tokyo?
No, because he's going to be doing like Saturday Night Live or fucking Jimmy Fallon.
He's already done Saturday Night Live.
Well, do it again. Travis ain't trying to
Yeah, I
go
don't
to
think
Tokyo.
so. I don't think so. I like the story, but I don't think so.
No.
You don't think he'll be the 16th show? If she's flying, because
it's
from
in
Tokyo,
Tokyo.
if she's flying from Tokyo to be at his game,
Right.
you're telling me he's not going to go to Tokyo for
She's
her
got
show?
a whole tour. You know, you can pick a different one. He's got one Super Bowl.
Yeah. Here's what the big takeaway of everything is Taylor Swift's a very big fucking star, but there's nothing bigger than the fucking Super Bowl.
I agree.
Yeah.
So it's
No,
just.
she knows she needs to be
He's like,
there.
babe, you crushed Tokyo. I'll be on Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah, I think so. I like the idea of them hopping on a plane and going to Tokyo after the Super Bowl, but I don't
Yeah.
think so.
I'm all in on the Chiefs. Go Mahomes. They're going to smash the Niners.
So now you have no.
I'm all in on the
This is your
Niners.
pick.
My pick. Yeah, of course.
I'm wearing Niners gear. to
I'm
the
wearing
game.
full
No, you're
muff.
not.
Yeah, I am.
You're the Swiftie on the pod.
I know, but I just I just prefer
What?
the Niners.
Where's
over
your
Swiftie.
loyalty? Is it because of what they did to Lamar and
I
your boys?
You know what I realized? The big thing when the Lions came back and lost, I was telling
Came back and lost.
yeah,
came back.
because that's what they do.
Right, came back and handed over a football
Yes.
game.
Well, I was telling our friend Mikey during the game, I was like, America doesn't want blue collar to win. This is like a third quarter. And I said, he goes, no, they want them to win. They want to give them hope. And I was like, no. They gave them hope. The hope was the first half. First half was hope.
And then they ripped it from their hands.
Ripped it from their hands.
Just like they did the whole auto industry.
Yes.
Look at jobs and factories and
Yes.
warehouses. Gone.
Gone.
Now you're nothing. Desolate. Why don't you give them a win?
And I mean, they were never going to win.
I mean, the coach made really bad decisions.
He's an idiot. He's blue collar. That guy's blue collar.
He's a meathead.
Yeah. Where's the stats guy? Where's the stats
Yeah.
guy?
Where's the analytics?
Why
Yeah.
would you
He
go
lost
for
6 points.
Yeah. So all I'm saying is that Taylor Swift is dancing all over that fucking field after the Super Bowl. They're winning. They're 100% winning. I think they're 2.5 point underdogs,
They're 2.5 point underdogs
which is
right
just disrespectful to
now.
Patty.
Mahomes. Yeah.
To Patty.
He's incredible. Like him and Kelsey, like it's
Kelsey might have 5-6 touchdowns.
I mean, Kelsey's.
Mahomes.
Did you watch
Charlie
the
Taylor
game?
Swift.
Yeah.
He's open every play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's really good.
I know he's really good.
that one where he dove? I don't even know how to explain it. It was a short
The
pass.
touchdown.
Yeah,
No, it was a short pass,
Yeah,
and the guy was kind of
yeah.
just like
jumped.
fucking fish flopped and grabbed the ball.
Swift pick right.
She did, but it's just like that's what's crazy. I think more like what Dee was saying was like, or did you say that on it? Just the fact that like it worked out this way. You picked the star. You said that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You picked the star guy that's like balling out. Probably might be his last. We hope his last.
It's
season,
just last. It's over.
Super Bowl.
They're
I mean,
winning
and
and they're
think about
dancing
how
how
much-
much to the sun.
Yeah.
Do you think about how much fanfare he's bringing? Because like our mutual friend in our TM chat, very successful female, she was like, he's so hot. He balled out. He crushed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think he's gonna? These guys win Super Bowls every other year. They win it.
But like, think about the crowd he's bringing in.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, she couldn't have picked better.
Yeah. No.
Like who else? Get any option.
And then
I'm
Jason
no longer
kept fighting it. They're winning.
And
100%.
then Jason Kelsey came on the field and goes to Travis. He goes, finish this motherfucker.
Yeah.
To who?
To Travis. Like,
Who is he finishing?
Like finish the season.
Win the
Finish
Super Bowl.
the.
Oh, okay. They're winning. They're 100% winning. There's no chance that Niners are losing to the fucking Lions. Blue collar, Eminem.
You know what TikTok was big on, or Twitter was big on, like the script is already written because it's Eminem and Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
But then they got just completely blown
now
out.
it's just Silicon Valley billionaires and the Chiefs.
Right.
I'm going Chiefs.
I love it. I love the whole thing. I do wish blue collar would have at least got to the
Super
game, to
Bowl,
the
yeah.
Super Bowl.
They know this is America. We kill blue collar businesses. Ford got crushed.
We really just crush hopes
Like
and
Ford,
dreams,
we
huh?
destroyed Ford.
But you're not going to let them go to the Super Bowl?
By the way, in Italy, everyone's driving Chinese cars.
Really?
Chinese cars.
Any Teslas?
There were Teslas, but like Chinese EVs, Chinese cars everywhere in Italy.
because what they did to Detroit.
Yeah. They gutted Detroit.
They did it again today.
Yes.
All right. Is there
One
anything
last
else?
topic
Yeah.
I want to talk about. During the game, I started getting notifications. I follow a lot of like political kind of websites. I'd seen earlier in the day that there was a drone attack in Jordan where 3 U.S. military servicemen were killed.
Yep.
I think 26 were injured, which is kind of crazy. Like, it happened like during the game, like people weren't paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
Fast forward, Lindsey Graham, Mitch McConnell, Biden, everyone starts responding that we will respond.
Yep.
Then it comes out that Iran was behind the attack.
Iran militants.
Iran,
So
no,
not the government.
not the government.
So we're
Okay.
gonna have a Super Bowl and a war. Super American.
Yes. And all of a sudden, then all the politicians are like, we must defend ourselves. We must attack, blah, 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 blah. Like casually during where every American is sitting at their TV
Right.
watching football, these guys are planning a fucking war.
Right. Yeah. I saw that too. I was looking at it on Twitter
Yeah.
and it seems pretty scary. It also seems like, do you think that,
Well, the U.S. has to respond.
Yeah, you lost Americans.
Yeah, you lost 3 soldiers.
do you think some of this is like the perception that we're weak at the moment?
Because Sleepy.
Yeah, like I saw a video of Sleepy saying like, I talked to Iran.
Oh,
They know better. I told them what we
No,
would
I think
do.
now the U.S. has to respond pretty aggressively.
Yeah. It
Because
just seems pretty like, you know that drone striking Americans
It's
is
not-
going to get you in some shit.
Yeah.
But why is everyone so goddamn bold? You know you can't win that. What are you doing?
well, it's a kind of a militant group that's kind of not
But aren't
part
they
of the
like,
government.
But even
Kind
the
of-
Houthis are got like a
Aren't
big
they-
confidence.
isn't that all Iran? If you had to guess,
I mean,
let's say we're guessing.
tertiary levels, sure.
Yeah.
Three levels away.
Right. But we do that all day.
Yeah, we do it all day with CIA.
Right. So that's what it's just like, what do you, I don't know, whatever. It's a whole thing that I don't even understand. It's like way past
We need
my
to go to
understanding,
the
but it just
border.
feels like, why
When
is
are we going to
everyone
the border?
fucking with us right now?
Yeah.
Like, why are you pushing our buttons?
Wait, when are
I
we
think
going to
people
the
think we're
border?
weak.
Yeah.
D,
What?
when are we going to the border?
You guys going to Texas?
We need to do it. I want to see what's going on.
I saw an amazing clip on one of the golf pages I
You
follow.
want to come?
I might come because of this clip. I saw a clip on this golf page that I follow, and there happens to be a beautiful golf course right on the
I
border.
saw that.
And a guy hit a drive, and all the migrants were like waiting in line.
I don't think, I mean, like, liberal people have just like decided to like forget the fact that like millions of people are just coming into the country.
I don't get it.
Because the thing that I think people don't appreciate is that it's not like people from Mexico.
Did you see that clip of that guy that
Yeah.
was like, you'll know my...
Yeah, you'll know who I am.
Yeah.
And he turns out they show who he is. He's
Right.
like some militant guy from
Yeah.
like Lebanon or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah. I don't understand.
But I think they're close to a border deal now. The Senate and Biden. I think
That's why I think we need to go, because I don't believe any shit that's on Twitter.
What are you saying on in that, like, you don't maybe think that it's as bad as like what it's...
Yeah,
Listen,
I
there's
think-
a counter.
I think they find-
There's a counter. The customs border.
I think they just find videos to make it, and like,
Right.
who
No,
knows if
it's
the videos
not-
are real? Who knows if they aren't? Like, we don't know.
RFK went. He's not. I would say if you let's just say you don't believe like your conservative politician, RFK went down there, did a video. I don't think RFK has anything.
All right, let's go down.
But what about all the what about like Eric Adams and all these people saying like, we can't take anymore?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Every liberal mayor
Right,
is
like
now saying they can't take
Liberal
anymore.
mayor saying we can't handle
Oh,
this
Eric
many.
Adams from New York. Sorry.
Right. Doesn't that make you feel like, okay, there must be a crazy amount?
But how are they getting into New York?
Because
busting them.
Greg Abbott is busting them. Because he's like, I don't want him. You take him.
So you just think the whole thing's fishy until you see it yourself.
I think it's fishy.
You should
I
go.
want to see
Go
it.
tomorrow.
I have no problem with someone saying that in 2024 until I see it
Why would
myself.
I believe the internet?
Right.
I know, but I
That's
think
fine, but
now there's enough data points where it's not
But
just.
it's enough data points, and then you see there's stories of Trump calling Republican governors, keep letting them in. So it's my campaign policy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
I
see
agree
all
with
that.
I think our friend Sid who listens to the pod, he even mentioned in one of our chats that I think the immigration thing will be the big topic come November. And I agree. I think it's like there's too many instances of things bad happening where people are like, okay, like this is crazy. But there is a deal on the table with the Senate and Biden on.
I just don't believe the videos that I'm seeing where thousands of people are just running in.
They're walking, you idiot. They're walking.
That is a difference. They are walking.
They're running.
They're walking. I just don't believe that.
Right.
That's how, because we're that dumb.
Yeah.
Like they're not border patrol.
This is why those people were so emboldened to kill 3 U.S. servicemen.
That's what I feel like.
I mean, here's the thing.
America's joke.
We can't even get an Indian engineer into the country,
No.
but you can just walk through.
You
Yes.
can if you send them to Tijuana
Don't you understand why people are so frustrated?
I think so. I mean, look, here's my point, or here's my stance. I do believe it, but I also don't blame you, Anand, for saying you don't until you see it.
Questioning, yeah.
Because I feel like there's so much
It
fake
seems
stuff on the internet.
ridiculous.
To me, it's all the other data points and the numbers of how many illegal crossings there's been, and people in New York saying they're at capacity, and people in all these other cities.
Like at the airports, people showing videos at O'Hare and different airports all over the country where they're like,
I mean, you're flying all the time. How many migrants you see?
they hide them.
they literally have them in secret
Huh?
terminals.
You're everywhere. Where are the migrants?
No, but it's in secret parts of the terminal.
They're hidden.
They're hidden. They're not just saying, "Oh, welcome to JFK. There's a real food daily, and fucking here's 6,000
they weren't at your
migrants."
shitty restaurant at JFK.
No, but that's where we're watching football. That's sacred.
Yeah. They don't interrupt football.
Nobody interrupts football. If they're going to war, they better wrap it up before the Super Bowl because no one's trying to be involved with that shit.
Yeah, this
Just
is
to Taylor
wild.
from Tokyo.
What do you say?
No, I was saying get Taylor from Tokyo to spit some.
She'll be there.
All right.
Okay, well, that's all we got.
We got a shout out here
Yep. What do we got?
from Jonathan Araya. Shout out to the EP United Blazers US for becoming the champions of the tournament last night, and especially to my son, my boy Franklin Araya, that did play amazing last night. Super excited to see this little ones become a really good team. I can't be proud of our team. Thank you. I'm assuming it's soccer.
Gotta be.
9 and under.
Seems like it.
United Blazers, they're champions.
Yeah.
Shout out Franklin. Good work.
Yeah, shout out to Franklin. Good job, man. If you listen to group chat,
9 and under.
that's pretty cool. Shout out to both of you, Jonathan and Franklin. Is that it?
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
I guess we're back. We're gonna big 2 weeks leading up to the Super Bowl.
Yep. We got 2 weeks full schedule. Everyone's back. And I'm sure we'll have a lot to talk about. Hopefully not war.
That'd be sad.
Yeah.
War is sad.
Yeah, let's just get to Super Bowl. That's the type of war I like to see.
Yeah.
Keep it on the field.
Always on the field.
Right. All right. Everyone have a great week. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.